My name is Rhea. I'm originally from Fort McMurray and Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So to the Canadians, hello. And I'm currently, yes, a year two medical student here at the University of Notre Dame. I am also the international representative for our medical society here. And at the moment, I'm conducting research as a scholar. Yeah. So the thing that I love most about Notre Dame, or what kind of drew me into this university, is when I was in your guys' position, they had a strong emphasis on a tight-knit community and that pastoral care that they mentioned. The pastoral care, it's not only religious, it's also sort of built in within the community. So you'll find that in early stages of when you first come here, they'll always have like an orientation week. You'll find stalls in the courtyard. And to me, that sort of relates as pastoral care. And then, yeah, the bit that I love most about my program now that actually took me by surprise is how well you get to know your academics. Coming from a large university, the University of Calgary, I felt as if like I was just a bit of a number. I've fallen through the cracks, but here people really do pay attention to you. Your academics pay attention to you. Dr. Chris Oki, who was just speaking now, I work closely with him. Yeah, you really find your community here academically and of course personally. So, in terms of clinical placements, I'll be in Auburn, which is in the city. And in terms of research, the research that I'm currently doing is just within developmental pediatrics and looking at quality implementation or quality review. So, yeah.
I would just like to say that Rhea is our international student rep here in Sydney, and she's excellent and very engaged, and everybody should be thankful to have her.
Yeah, thank you, Chris and Rhea. Yeah, Rhea is active in promoting our university, also sharing all the information about any webinars or any events which can be really valuable to students. She also created, let's say, Facebook groups for students so she can share some job information. Yeah, so thank you so much, Rhea. So over to the next slide, our dear student, Hetvi.
First of all, thank you so much for having me. So my name is Hetvi. I am a second year medical student and I'm actually situated in Fremantle. So it's opposite from where Rhea is. She's in Sydney. And I am from the UK originally. That's where I did my undergrad, my bachelor's in biomedical science before I moved here last year. So I think I might be in the same position as many of you that are zooming in today, where you might be coming to Australia for the first time, or you may have been here, but you've not studied here. So I can completely understand the position you guys are from, the questions you guys may have. But the reason why I chose Fremantle, and I'm really grateful for being here, is actually I guess what Rhea had already emphasized on is kind of the tight-knitted community that we have. Particularly because it was my first time here, it was very nerve-wracking because I knew no one. But I can reassure you that we have a community that are very much involved in making sure that you're comfortable. In terms of the education itself, it does focus very much on not only independent study, but building your critical thinking, which I think as a doctor is very crucial, thinking on spot, but also problem solving, and kind of the tutors are there to kind of just make sure that you're working in the right direction. But it is very much about how you develop your own critical thinking, which definitely is very useful coming into second year, where we're getting more into kind of learning the pathologies and stuff. And of course, third and fourth year, which are going to be more clinical based. It's definitely going to be very exciting. I am extremely grateful for Paul. So he was our head of year last year, and he was very much involved with us. So we, in terms of it being in Fremantle, there's only three international students currently in my year. And Paul has been extremely, extremely amazing in making sure that we're kind of, feeling in sync with everyone else, and we're just comfortable, which is extremely amazing. And I think the only other thing I really wanted to emphasize is how we are trained so that we can practice within hospital in our 3rd and 4th year. So our first 2 years, like Paul had mentioned, are foundation years, and they really do hammer in kind of the key skills that you'll need 3rd and 4th year. And this is something that I've heard from a lot of other students that are already in clinical placement, but a lot of hospitals really appreciate Notre Dame students because of how well we are taught in our foundation years. Because when it comes to the critical analysis, critical thinking, problem solving, we're pretty much very good when it comes to applying those things in our 3rd and 4th year. So it's definitely a very holistic program, and it really does take into consideration everything. So yeah, I'm really grateful.
Thank you so much, Hetvi, for sharing your experience. Also, you got up so early today because you are based in Perth, so maybe now it's around 7:50. Yeah, you got up so early. Yeah, so now over to Natalie. Sorry, Natalie, I think your slide was just missing, but we are really great to see you. Can you share your study experience with us?
That's okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Natalie Lim, and I am a 2nd year medical student here, same as Hetvi in the Fremantle Campus. A little bit about me. I was originally from Malaysia. I moved to Perth like 5 years ago now. And yeah, that was in 2020. One of the things that makes Notre Dame truly special is just like Paul said earlier, it's our small cohort teaching style. Like all of our classes are kept small, like with a maximum of 8 to 10 students per session, which really means like more opportunities for focused learning. You can engage more in meaningful discussions with your peers or your tutors. You can always ask for feedbacks, and you can practice hands-on in a safe space. And I feel like that's very useful for me. And another thing that I truly appreciate about Notre Dame is how encouraging and approachable our tutors are. Just like Hetvi said, Paul has been great with us. And I love asking questions, so it's how I learn the best. And every tutor I've had has been incredibly welcoming and knowledgeable. So there's no such thing as a dumb question. So I feel like I was able to learn. But beyond academics, what really sets Notre Dame apart, just like Rhea said earlier, is our close-knit community. Medicine is indeed a very challenging journey, so having a strong support system really makes all the difference. Here, I was able to form like genuine connections with my peers, my seniors, or my faculty members. Through various ways. I just feel so lucky to be a part of such a wonderful cohort where everyone literally knows each other and supports one another. We always says that once you're in medical school, you're not competing against each other, you're lifting each other up. So like no one is left behind. And speaking from experience, I have met such amazing people, and that really makes a difference. I feel like this is a place where I truly belong. So in terms of personal experiences, I've had the opportunity to join the National Convention last year in Melbourne. That was organized by the Australian Medical Student Association. And it was truly an eye-opening experience. So I guess one of my best advice that I can give, it's to explore and appreciate every opportunity you get to learn something new during your medical studies. There's no perfect time to start. So the sooner you put yourself out there and gain exposure to different experiences, the more you'll learn and grow. So whether it's attending conferences or joining interest groups, which is very available here in Fremantle with so many interest groups, and you get involved in research as well. So every experience really adds value to your journey. But of course, none of this would be possible without the incredible staff at Notre Dame. So the lecturers, the tutors are all very knowledgeable and approachable. They're super supportive, both academically and personally. So across the semester, the uni would do multiple one-on-one mentoring sessions that checks in with student progression. So they would try to address your concerns or listen to any struggles that students have. So I thought that was really nice too. So at the end of the day, I feel like Notre Dame doesn't just produce graduates with like strong academic knowledge. I feel like it shapes you into a better person and a better doctor. So it's not just about like mastering the textbooks or like just everything in the protocol, just reciting everything in the protocol. It's about developing the soft skills like communication, empathy, teamwork. All these qualities are what truly makes you a great doctor. So if you're looking for a university that sounds something like I described earlier, then Notre Dame is the place for you. Thank you.
I just
Thank
want
you
to
so
take
much.
an opportunity, can I, if that's all right, Phoebe, just to say thank you to both
Yes,
Nat
yes.
and Hetvi, and actually all the students, but Rhea, I haven't had the opportunity to meet you face to face yet, but you know, that was such a good sort of advocate for international student life at the School of Medicine, and thank you for your kind words, Nat and Hetvi. But it is something that we pride ourselves on in terms of getting to know our students on a one-to-one basis rather than just a number, which you may come across in larger schools with larger numbers. So I just wanted to thank you. I mean, you said that we're wonderful staff, but you're also wonderful students. So it's been great to work alongside you. So thanks.